Hey guys! Actually, I was wearing this shirt in the last video, right? So let me just go change for a second. Hold on, I can't snap. Actually, I give up. I'm just gonna clap. Is this shirt any better? I mean, it's like vaguely the same color as everything behind me, actually. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna change back. Whatever, this shirt's good. So yesterday, Hank Green posted the annual breakdown of the Nerdfighter census, which is one of my favorite things to look forward to every year, and it was an hour long and that was super cool, and I watched through it and it was riveting stuff. So in the middle of this video, there was this part about like the racial breakdown of Nerdfighteria, and it's kind of mind-boggling what that graph actually looked like, because it was so white, and that didn't make sense to me. As Hank was analyzing this little bit of stuff, I suddenly realized that it works the other way around too. Out of my over 150 subscriptions, they're like mostly white too. It's kind of strange to me, and the moment I realized this, I was just so confused and surprised that I just posted a Facebook profile that literally just said, and I wanted to talk about the response to the status. I got a bunch of comments from my friends that were just telling me like, oh, there's these guys that you should check out, or this other person. And my friend Indy, who also makes videos that you can check out here, said, my channel has Asian people. And then one of my white friends told me to watch PBS Game Show, which is like Idea Channel but with games. And I checked it out and I was like, wait, this person is not Asian. And that's when I realized that all of the previous recommendations I had gotten were for Asian Americans, and I didn't even realize that I was thinking in a dichotomy of white versus Asian. This country always thinks of things as white versus black, or whatever other non-Asian group of minorities. And I think that it's really interesting that my Asian friends were all supporting Asian creators, and then my white friend was like, hey, look at this cool black person. And I'm not like talking about racism, but rather the way that we celebrate our own culture and the cultures that we tend to understand more is kind of fascinating. Like, one of the things that Hank mentioned when he was looking through the census was there was this one comment that was like, oh, I don't like this American obsession with race or something like that. Yeah, it's because it's American that there is this obsession with race. You know, we have so many groups of people from such hugely different backgrounds that it's much easier to lump people. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that when you think things aren't about race, they still are. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, that doesn't have to be a controversial thing. It can just be a thing where people are like, hey look, I've noticed that there are not enough people that are well known that are Asian or are black or Hispanic or Native or any number of other groups. And in the spirit of recommending things to people, I'm just going to give you a few recommendations off of my own subscriptions list. So first of all, because this is by alphabetical order apparently, Andrew Huang, who is an amazing musician whose music I have been obsessively listening to for the past few weeks. He's also part of Hank Green and the Perfect Strangers, so you know. Anna Akana, who is a comedian and skit person maker, and she was in Ant-Man for like 7 seconds, and that was awesome. My friend Cindy, who makes some music things and sometimes has said words to her camera, and I've known her for years, so check her out. Indy, who I mentioned earlier, he makes really great comedy stuff and awesome music videos. This Japanese YouTuber named Duncan, who is like friends with Dan and Phil, which is how I got to him in the first place. He makes some kind of dry humor, sarcastic videos, which maybe you'll enjoy them. Stephen Chin at Pilocrates, who's also part of that whole sphere of Sean and Hank Green people that I follow. The Shibsibs, who are Alex and Maya Shibutani. They're Olympic figure skaters, and they do vlogs of their adventures with tons of other world-renowned figure skaters. So if you're interested in figure skating, definitely check them out. And finally, Yulin Kwang, who is a filmmaker extraordinaire who does awesome fandom-related things and just generally has really cool stuff on her channel and on Shipwrecked Comedy, which are both channels that I really highly recommend. And that's pretty much it for all of the people that I follow who are Asian. I hope you check out some of those people who are awesome and great. And I will see you next week. By the way, if you were wondering why my hair has become very not purple. Remember that time I went into a desert for 10 minutes? That's what the sun did. Deserts. Terrible for any kind of hair dye that is based on the color blue, because blue is just really bad for sticking to hair. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done here.